Good morning, I'm Lindsay Janison for Diana Perez.
And I'm John Muller. We begin with that breaking news in Cleveland, where cheers broke out in the neighborhood where the women were rescued.
It seems almost unbelievable. Missing for more than a decade and then found not far from where they were last seen. ABC's Bill Weir has the latest.
The posters have been part of Cleveland's landscape for a decade. The weathered or tattered ones replaced again and again by families who refuse to give up, who refuse to stop praying for a moment like this.
Help me, I'm Amanda Berry.
You need police, fire, or ambulance?
I need police.
Okay, and what's going on there?
I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years and I'm here, I'm free now.
The last time anyone in her family heard that voice, she was a day shy of turning 17. Called her sister to say she was catching a ride home from her job at Burger King, and then she vanished.
That was the last I ever heard from her, not an answer after that.
She is 27 years old and free, thanks in part to police who got an ovation on this Cleveland street, and thanks in large part to a passing neighbor named Charles Ramsey.
And they see this girl, and she just going nuts on the door, so we had to kick open the bottom. Luckily on that door was aluminum, it was cheap. And she climbed out with her daughter.
That's right. He said Amanda escaped with her daughter.
When these girls were abducted, that they went into this environment with a person or persons and probably were held against their will for a period of time, but then that world becomes their reality.
The girl Amanda told the police, I ain't just the only ones, it's some more girls up in that house.
It was just amazing to see the emotion on these seasoned law enforcement officers when they went in there and saw Amanda and Gina and Michelle.
Yes, inside the home they also found Georgina De Jesus, who also went missing from this very neighborhood 9 years ago, walking home from a middle school a few blocks from where Amanda disappeared. That little girl on FindGeorgina.com is 23 years old. And they also found Michelle Knight, who went missing in 2000.
We're in the process of evaluating their medical needs. They appear to be in fair condition at the moment.
We love you, Amanda! Right here.
Now attention turns to the kind of person or persons who could have held prisoners like this for so long. Police will only say they have 3 Hispanic men in custody, ages 50 to 54, but our sources tell us they are brothers. The middle brother's name, Ariel Castro, and according to his neighbor, he lived a life far above suspicion.
He put on that great mask that everyone thought he was a good guy.
Right. I barbecue with this dude. We eat ribs and whatnot and listen to salsa music. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah. And you had no indication that there was anything going on?
Bro, not a clue.
Bill Weir, ABC News, New York.
Family members say they never gave up hope of finding the girls, and they can't wait to hold them close once again. We will find out many more details on this amazing case as a police news conference takes place later on this morning.
Yeah, that's set for 9 o'clock. Just fascinating. Really touching how the neighborhood is just completely ecstatic, jubilant that these women were found. Naturally, they would be, but coming out and cheering and clapping, and that hero guy we just saw there who answered the call when he found that woman in distress, and the neighborhood really pitched in.
Knocked down the door to help her get out, and she emerged and went to his house where she used his cell phone to call the police.
And neighbor after neighbor says that they had no clue this was going on for over a decade.
So you have the 3 adult women now freed. Apparently there was a child as well. The doctor that you saw in that report from Bill Weir confirmed he has 4 people, one of which is a child.
Looking forward to hearing the details as they come out, and we will, of course, bring them to you. Stay with ABC News and abcnews.com all day as the story unfolds. Later this half hour, we'll get more insight from ABC's Stephen Portnoy. He's been covering this case from Cleveland.